Hello and welcome to a new video. Now, a few months ago, I fell down a bit of an artistic rabbit hole, best exemplified by the excellent work of MC Escher. Were you to zoom in on, say, relativity, you'd see very little amiss. There's someone at a table, there's a plant pot, some stairs, it all seems fine to me. Then you zoom out and go, oh yeah, right, yeah, no, that's complete nonsense. I've been thinking about such images, internally referring to the phenomenon as art which is locally sensible but globally absurd. This intrigue was only furthered by my stumbling upon the imaginary prisons of Giovanni Piranesi, etchings of grandiose and grotesque cobblings of monumental architecture and machinery produced in the 1740s. The unsettling scale and inhumanity of these prisons is only emphasised by the occasional background use of absurd geometry. The scales and perspectives not quite lining up, rigid objects both in front of and behind parallel beams, the objects all making sense themselves, just not together. It's a much more subtle effect, but it serves its purpose of making you feel subtly uneasy. Anyway, point being, I'm an old child, and as such, I have a habit upon seeing things which excite me of immediately saying, I want to do that. Unfortunately, here we run into an issue, in that I'm a bit of a stickler for structure. I need to sketch out how it all fits together before I can put down the first stroke of the finished piece. I could try and stay zoomed in, or erect some sort of blocking device, but if I'm the one who made the block, I'm also the one who can remove it, and my distinct lack of self-control means, besides biscuits not lasting very long in my house, that given the choice, I will always try and see the full picture. So what I did was not give myself the choice. I wrote a small program which randomly generates a large rectangular canvas of arbitrary dimension and then randomly divides it up into 80 smaller rectangles. Then each day for the past 80 days, it spat out a rectangle at random for me to fill in, with a small area around it for context. I then returned what I drew to the program, which stitched it into the canvas in memory, somewhere I can't see it, and we continued until the whole affair was completed. At the time of recording, it is day 80. I have just finished the final rectangle, but at no point have I seen the assembled image. We're going to do that together at the end of the video. Will it be spectacular? Will it be laughable? The fact that I'm releasing this video says it's at least noteworthy. That or the sunk cost fallacy is in full swing. Either way, before we reveal, here are some highlights from my trip around the Doodle in 80 days. Okay, day one. It is January the 1st, 2023, seemed an appropriate time to start. And here is my little program thing, what I made. Look at it, it's glorious. So what we now need to do is we need to make ourselves a new canvas. It's constructed to memory, I can't see it. We then need to save it because I want to use the same canvas each time, that would be nice. And then we need to instruct it to give us a rectangle, which we do with the wonderful command of get-rect. Successfully exported a random unfilled rectangle. We're off. Ooh, we're starting off with a fun one. Very vertical today. So this is our starting one. We have to fill in this little area in the middle. Right, now comes the difficult bit. What do I actually do? In terms of plans, I have planned some things. I have a color palette to be working with. I thought it's best to have like a very limited colour palette, so there we are, sort of vaguely indicative of the sort of beigey colours of the old etchings of Piranesi and all that. Also very hard lines, no soft shading or anything like that, because I've got to make these all line up. So other than that, like, I'm thinking some sort of like big sort of cityscape kind of thing, maybe? Let me doodle and see how we go. I have no idea how big this is in the picture, by the way. Again, no context. Perspective's going to be an issue here, but if I try and keep it sort of vaguely isometric, sort of. It's been such a long time since I've just idly doodled. This is very refreshing. I recommend you do something like this, you know? Where you have absolutely no plan. Why wouldn't you have crabs on a rooftop pool? Hey, answer me this. Precisely what occurs behind those clouds is up to future me. This might be right at the bottom of the picture, in which case this is a very high city. Well, they're big on cylinders, right? So I'm going to give you a cylindrical hat. Because this is the land of cylinders. Or maybe this is the part of the city where cylinders are a thing. Also a little crab. I did say I'm going to do hard shading, and then I made cylinders. Great, good job, me. Some of these rectangles are going to have to be way simpler than this. Tiny pixelated crabs. Friend crab. There's the temptation to do more, but I have been recording for an hour. Okay, that's the first one. I've made it way too detailed for the size that it's going to be in the actual picture. Next time, something simpler? Maybe? Perhaps? We'll find out. Okay, day two, I'm thinking more clouds, more crab. No context for this one. These are supposed to be next to each other, so the bot went wrong. Ducks? Oh god, how do circles work? Whose idea was circles? Rectangle 69. Nice. Let's do something Ouroborosic, I guess. Also, since we're not connected to anything from before, let's make it all dark, I guess. Add some contrast. Big cat. Okay, I'll bite the bullet. Time for some stairs. Gotta have stairs and stuff like this, right? I regret everything. This is very vertical today. I've done a couple of fishing lines in things before, so maybe this is a big old fishing one. I've got to do something simpler tomorrow. This can't keep happening. Look at this. Oh goody, another tall and thin one to go with yesterday's tall and thin one. Aha! Day 8. Yes! Week 2 begins small and simple, finally. Well, this is what I get for complaining about these being tall and thin, I guess. I cannot remember what color this river was. It's brown now. Big duck. Ooh, 2 sides. Hey, the river was brown. Look at that. Look at these rebellious musicians, subversive dissidents with their frustum hats. Sacrilege to the way of the cylinder. That's how long it takes. 11 days, and I finally have no memory of this. Oh god, no. Well, I've done this to myself, haven't I? No one else to blame. Pretty sure these staircases were level down below. Well, they're not anymore, because they form an ice cream shop. Oh dear, back to the land of tall and thin. Screw it, let's make this a close-up. Big ol' marshmallow plant. Tiny little marshmallow person. Run, marshmallows, save yourselves. Right, day 14, running late today. Hope it's a simple one. Here we go. Oh, it is simple. Fine then. Well, that ruined that joke, didn't it? It's windy. Oh, that was over here. Okay, I thought that was near the beginning ones. Well, sudden duck tornado, I guess. Whose idea was cylinders? Trying to line up circles over multiple rectangles. Terrible idea. So right now I'm drawing a barbecue because apparently I can't help myself. Yeah, let's bring back the marshmallow friends. Don't worry about these guys falling off the rope. They have the terminal velocity of cotton wool. I'm looking forward to this cloudscape being right at the bottom of the picture. Oh, okay. So the tornado's right next to the dark underground area. You see, I was starting to get worried that this would end up making too much sense. We're Midgaring this city. Pizzas are cylindrical, right? Hey, 20 days in and we're back to the start. Ah, I missed those janky chains. Oh, hang on, this road's empty. Dogs. Right, yes. Okay, yeah, this was... yeah. Batman? Why is everything over here so tall and thin? Slightly different approach today. Let's go like full Blight Town. I'm just gonna draw a bunch of bits of wood, copy paste them around, mash them all together higgledy-piggledy, just see what happens. Why did I think this would be simpler? You know, it's times like this that I really hate myself. Tomorrow I'm drawing a cube and nothing else. Good. Small. Cube. I think my favourite part of this process so far is finding 2 hitherto unconnected parts of the world and trying to fit them together. It's like giving a kid a jigsaw puzzle and a hammer. Yeah, right, okay, another contextless void. Yeah, let's try something new, why not? What's the opposite of robed cylinder people? Yetis, apparently. Okay, so, what do any of these lines mean? Insert Gandalf here. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's actually insert Gandalf. Yeah, Yetis are allowed to shop, right? Ooh, 3 sides. Exciting. Stairs. Less exciting. Well, this building's much wonkier than I intended. This might be the first rectangle with nobody on it. Except that squirrel. And whatever that is. Ooh, first piece of sky above the sky. I really hope I put that first bit at the bottom of the picture somewhere. Kong. Eel. Hide. Hide, little guys. Hide under the punch. Ooh, look at that! Oh, it's almost all 4 sides. Now how the hell do I fit them together? No 2 things in this world are parallel, apparently. This is accidentally non-Euclidean. I've invented trumpet tennis, I guess. And today, absolutely nothing. Oh, we're here. And here. Right, fine. Fine, no, that's fine. I can fit these together, honest, no problem. Ooh, look at that, it's tiny! Oh, isn't it a little dinky little thing? Ducks! No bombing in the volcano pool! I think what I'm starting to gather from this experiment is that I might want a window box. So the little marshmallow friends, they're escaping from the plant pots and hiding, disguising themselves in the gardens next door. Hey, good for them. Do not ask what lies beyond the door of okay. Thank God, sorry. I thought that was the mountain down there for a second. Ooh, hang on, is this the corner? This is the bottom right corner. Yay, we found a corner, everybody. That's me in the corner. Hey everybody, we're just going to take a little bit of a breather here, a little mid-project pit stop, as it were. It is day 42, just done today's doodle, there it is, and we're over halfway, hooray! So at the start of this video, I haven't recorded it yet, obviously, but I probably mentioned that this is an 80-day project, 80 small rectangles to fill in, probably made some sort of around the doodle in 80 days reference or whatever, and indeed it is. We can verify this because the rectangles were procedurally generated and numbered from top left to bottom right, from 0 to 79, and today's rectangle, it's the bottom right-hand corner, and we can see up here, look, it's code number 79. We're on track. The problem with that is that's supposed to say 99. This was supposed to be a 100-day challenge, not 80 days, but having seen this and gone digging into the code, turns out Muggins here, with his maths PhD, doesn't know how to factorize 100 properly. So I guess I just saved myself 20 days on this project, who'd have thought? So to commemorate the fact that this is now an 80-day trip around this world, I guess tomorrow I'll just draw some people in a balloon or something. And as for Crispy Parsnips, it seemed just as if the miscalculation were a part of his program. I question the wisdom of setting a bonfire on a wooden platform, but then again, I'm not a Yeti, am I? What a sentence. It's almost the same size as the colour palette. Oh, it's tiny. I mean, I personally think Blighttown would have been immeasurably improved if it was just a giant game of whack-a-mole. You know what my busy day really needed? The desire to draw a multi-tiered canal/accommodation ziggurat. Even when I get the tiny ones, I feel compelled to draw like 3 street vignettes and a boat. It's teeny again! Oh, we got all the big ones up front, I guess. I mean, give me another video on YouTube in which you'll hear the sentence, "The marshmallow has set up a Yeti-sized towel stand by the volcano." So that's the canal ziggurat, that's the whack-a-mole hammer, that's Blighttown, that's the boating lake, and that's the yoga building? I think there was someone doing yoga on there, right? Is that a blimp? Was that supposed to be a blimp? Hope so, because it is now. Every city needs a central bureau of marshmallow advice, right? This one's under construction. Oh, this is the start. We're above the first panel. I've finally got to work out what those lines mean. Thanks me from 54 days ago. Okay, mountains above the clouds. We can deal with that. Okay, mountains over the city now. Methinks there's going to be an overhang. Oh, come on. What is this? Oh, I guess this isn't a mountain anymore, but the big floating rock. Oh no. Okay, full disclosure, I had to go back and redo a bit of yesterday's picture because the rectangle from the day before should have been in the border for context, but I cocked up the admin, which means that we should have had our first full border already, but I missed it, and I forgot to record today's time-lapse because I'm a disaster. Oh, I've drawn snakes and ladders. Oh, sure. Yeah, that was deliberate. Why not? Probe. Oh, a tiny cloud border. Do you know what? I could just draw clouds. I bet I won't though. Oh, we can join the floating rock thing to the tower with the ducks. I shouldn't be getting this excited about structure in a project designed to bypass structure. New cylinder by today. Oh, I'm so glad I added clouds, because this building just has to stop now, I guess. This building just stops as well. Sorry, I was about to say I have no memory of this place, but I do, and it's a memory of me saying, I have no memory of this place.
Can someone give me something small and whimsical to draw? A hedgehog. A little hedgehog with a little flower.
Oh god, this is going to be a long one, isn't it? Oh, I've got to connect up the market with the river, with the ice cream shop, with the stairs, with the yoga building, with Blighttown, with the restaurant, with whatever's going on in the middle. This is going to be more than a morning doodle, isn't it? Turns out, yeah, longer than a morning. Okay, so it's the next day, and I've just realised that sometime yesterday in my tired stupor, I flattened the line art onto the sketch layer, and now I hate myself. Okay, I've redrawn it. Time to do everything else. Okay, done. It's done. Now for today's drawing, I guess. In the spirit of cube, it's just gonna be a pyramid. Cloud traffic. Never had to deal with that in Mario Kart, did you? Da-dun. It's a big yet. Oh, so Blighttown has the cylinder harvest. That's probably what the platforms were for. He says as if any of this was planned. Bottom left corner. It's the art ziggurat corner, naturally. Okay, so to celebrate getting a corner, I've added this little painty friend on a balcony, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice if they were painting what I'm drawing? The same view, the whole thing. So this is my closest abstract art approximation of what I think this picture is gonna look like, but we'll see, I guess. 5 more days. Cloud City. Not quite sure how the water works here. It's very strange. I forgot the time lapse again. Yeah, who doesn't want a pollution-powered water slide? And so it ends as it began, not with a bang, but with a crab. Well, wasn't that fun? 80 days just flew by, didn't it? Well, it did for you anyway. Regardless, it is in fact the 21st of March 2023. It's the 80th non-leap year day, and we are ready to see the whole doodle in its full glory, question mark. So here's my little globally absurd bot thing. I can ask it to load everything into memory, so we should probably do that before, otherwise we're just going to print out nothing. Actually, to check, we can ask it to give us a rectangle we haven't filled in yet, and no rectangles remain unfilled. We've done the whole thing, hopefully, assuming this was programmed correctly, which, I mean, it wasn't, we know that already. I think all we need to do now, I've backed everything up just in case, I think what we need to do now is just type in print, and it'll do its job. Printed grid, we've printed it. It's ready somewhere in a file. Let me go grab it. And then there it is. There it is. I can see the thumbnail. It actually looks quite nice. Oh my god. I'm gonna drag it in, see what it looks like. Let's go. Boom. No! Oh wow. Wow. That's a lot more a lot more intricate than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, Blighttown's in the middle. Where's Blighttown in the middle? I thought that would be at the bottom. Oh my word. Oh, this is cool. Oh, it's actually got like distinct sections. That was not intended. Well, I guess it kind of was. I mean, we've definitely got a bit of absurdism going on. There's like a mountain behind the clouds on top of the building. Maybe the mountain's coming out of the building. I don't know. And that big floating rock there, that scale makes absolutely no sense. Oh my god, the sense of scale is absurd here. That person's huge in the bottom right-hand corner. This is absolutely enormous. That doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna go under the assumption that these people are varying sizes. Wow, I was worried I wouldn't get a good reaction looking at this, but this is cool. This is interesting. I remember these things. There's the start. Oh, that's definitely not a circle. Look at that. Just to the right of the star. That's not a circular area at all. Yeah, circles across multiple rectangles. Turns out that's tricky. That's tricky stuff. And then you've got the Blighttown in the middle somehow, which is sort of turning into the ziggurat. Yeah, this definitely has some Escher-y, like, if you follow a closed loop, you have somehow returned to where you started, but also 5 miles below where you started. Scale is definitely the thing here. Turns out, no matter how much you try, actually trying to get consistent scale when you don't know what's in the next panel is real tricky. We can compare, can't we? We can compare. If we go to the little painting that I did at the bottom left-hand corner, we can compare what I thought it was going to look like to how it actually looks. And it seems like I basically forgot about the entire bottom third of this picture. This is the I worked on this. This is the thing I worked on for 80 days, and I thought I would come away from this being like, oh well, that was a waste. But I mean, there's part of me that's like, oh, have these town planners never heard of parallel lines before? But you can't have everything, can you? If you enjoyed whatever this was, thank you for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy it. Thank you very much to my patrons who funded this bizarre exercise and also got to see it early. They get to see a video in advance. If you are a patron and you're watching it now in advance, aren't you lucky? And or unlucky, depending on whether you like this or not. And if you're not a patron, there's another video out for patrons right now that's not this, because I'm not doing this again. It's still way too long, but I'm actually surprisingly pleased with it. A little annoyed it's square, almost. I would have liked it to have been... I thought it was going to be vertical. There's a lot more verticality going on. It's actually wider than it is tall. That's interesting. I did not expect that. Sorry, I'm still talking about the thing. I'm supposed to be doing an outro. Yes, thank you very much for coming along. If you want to see more weird videos where I challenge myself to do something I've never done before because I'm inconsistent and can't do a thing more than once, then feel free to look through my YouTube channel. There's loads of things. I do drawing challenges and music challenges and all that sort of stuff. And you can also check out my nonsense on Twitters and Tumblrs and my website and all that sort of stuff. And we stream and we do YouTube things and all that sort of... There's loads of things we do. I can't sit still, frankly. But apparently I sat still long enough over the course of 80 days to do whatever this was. So, yeah. Oh, and that's another point. Patrons will actually be able to download this entire thing in its full glory if they wish to go through and look at all of the silly little doodles. That is entirely up to them. It's a thing that they could do if they wanted to. But if you're not a patron, you can't. This video is all you get. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful time. Have a good one, everybody. Remember to maintain scale, play trumpet tennis, and don't get attacked by the giant crab in the sky. Have a wonderful time, everyone. Goodbye. Crobe. Best exemplified by the excellent work of MC Escher. My cat's just got up. Hello, Key. What are you meowing at?